So Riot just announced that they are moving forward with League of Legends Classic. Now, this is something that's been kind of rumored for a little bit, so it's good to see something from them. Now, a part of the announcement did say that the details would come at the MSI finale, which I believe is going to be July 11th. So we don't have all the details right now, but there is a lot going on online, and since the original leak was true, we're going to kind of guess that a lot of what else has been leaked has also been true. So in this video, we're going to kind of just go over that, and especially for people that didn't play World or League of Legends as long as I have, explain some of the mechanics, because the game was very, very different. Arguably, it was worse, but I'm still going to play it anyway, because I'm kind of excited for it. So starting off, the original League of Legends actually launched with 40 champions, but according to leaks, this is going to have 60 champions available. Now, we don't exactly know who this is going to be yet. It could just be the first 60, which you can look that up online if you want. There's an image that's been going around showing the champions that are supposed to be in here. But I'm not sure if that's actually true. I don't know if these are also the first 60. I'm not going to take the time to verify because I don't care enough, honestly. But I will say in the original image, there is a champion on the second row between Anivia and Rammus. I don't know who this champion is. They don't look familiar to me. I think that's just a, minion icon. So I don't really know that I trust this leak. But I mean, I still want to share it on here because if you've never seen the original artwork for the League Champs, it was something. I don't want to say it was bad because at the time, it was pretty good. But you can see, especially Lux is a really good example, just glancing at her. She's changed a lot. So, yeah, we'll see exactly who we get. And more than likely, if this game mode sticks around, they'll add more characters. What's going to be really interesting to see, though, is if they balance some of these champions. Because some of these champions, for a very long time, just were not balanced. Right? Certain things like a lot of jungle. The jungle was sort of a side objective in the base game, and they really had to, force certain characters to be jungleable. Right, I think it was Mumu and Warwick were the original two junglers in the game that were actually used in tournaments. And then eventually through updates, a few other champions started encroaching in the jungle until they eventually made jungle an actual role. So we'll have to see in what state of the game you have a jungler. Although I am guessing this is going to be like WoW Classic, where they want the feeling of old WoW, but there's still going to be some changes to make things a little bit better. They're also going to be introducing the old items, runes, and mastery system. Items, you know how they work, except a lot of items work differently. A lot of people don't remember, but Wit's End, instead of having magic damage on hit, it used to burn mana, which most noticeably was Pain on Ashe, because Ashe had her perma-slow and she drained mana every hit. So if you played Udyr or Rammus, characters without a dash, she really could just perma-slow you and drain all your mana by the time you get to her. And a Rammus who reaches her without mana isn't going to really do much, right? So, yeah, items were bad. This also means maybe they're going to introduce the dodge mechanic again. Because dodge used to just be a stat. You could buy a Phantom Dancer, and Phantom Dancer had dodge on it. There were entire builds of characters picking, Gangplank, Gangplank and Jax, I think were really popular, where your goal was really just to get as close to 100% dodge as possible. That way ADCs sucks to suck, right? As far as the runes and mastery system, the rune system in League of Legends, I actually hated. I hope they modify this beforehand. Because runes were sort of equipable stats that you would have to actually set up before you even joined the game. Right? Before even Champion Select, you had rune pages you had previously set up. The system was weird because each rune had multiple tiers, but why would you go in with a weaker tier of rune, right? You would pretty much always want to use the highest, but it was also problematic because the currency for the game that used to unlock characters was also the currency used to unlock runes. So it's do you want to unlock more characters, which is more fun, or do you want to unlock runes, which just make your character more powerful because they added just flat or scaling AD, AP, magic resist, crit chance. We'll see if people do the one crit chance rune again, just for fun. Yeah, I hope they don't do this system. But then the mastery system was sort of like a World of Warcraft style talent tree. Starting top, bottom, there's 3 different trees you could cross into. there were some pretty neat things there. I kind of liked it. Again, you probably have to rebalance it unless you want the Ignite meta to come back, but you can. Pretty much what that was, there was a talent that when Ignite was on cooldown, it just gave you flat AP and AD. For a while, people would literally go up to lane at level 1, ignite their opponents, because it was still dealt damage. But they did it that way, it was on cooldown, and you got the passive stats it gave you. Which was just kind of awkward. There's a lot of awkward things you can do with it, but it was neat. I did like the mastery system better than runes, but I'll like runes if they modify the system, because it was dated. A separate account leveling system. This is, I don't know if I like this, because to me, I would get really frustrated as a new player having to level up to 1 to 30. But I know, I don't know, I think leveling in League of Legends is not a good system where it currently is. But as part of it for me, I'm like, I already leveled my character from 1 to 30. I leveled my classic account, which I still play, from 1 to 30. I've already done the work. Why do I have to do this literally again? Right? Similarly, am I, as a player, going to have to rebuy all the champions again? Because I did that. At one point, I just spent like $100 and I just bought everyone in the game. And then it's like every time a new champion came out, I could just use the IP, which is sort of the blue essence, to buy the champs. Like, am I going to have to literally buy these champions again? I don't know. Hopefully we'll get more details at MSI, though. They mentioned with that so IP was influence points. The original lore for League of Legends, I love this. I actually loved the original lore. Was that you were a summoner, which was essentially a politician in this world. And rather than sending armies out to fight and die, you, as a summoner, a politician, would just summon heroes to the fields of justice, which was what we called the battlefield, and they would fight it out on your behalf. And that's how political disputes that couldn't be negotiated were dealt with, is essentially through combat. And your influence points was saying that you have enough influence as a politician that this champion will always fight for you. And that's how you would spend influence points to buy Garen, and Garen was always the champion you had unlocked instead of being on the free rotation. I thought that was actually really cool. I'm also like really nerdy and dorky, so I understand not everyone likes the idea of being a magical politician, but that was the original system for League of Legends, so apparently they're going to be bringing that back. The things I'm a little worried about, though, is that there's going to be a mini pass to earn rewards in the game. And that might be like the current system where leveling your first account from 1 to 30 will give you free stuff. But that didn't exist in the old game. You just leveled up and didn't get anything. So you actually could hit max level and not have bought any champions permanently yet. Not a good system. But, I mean, that to me feels like something they could just add. And that won't be a problem. And then an old style battle pass shop. We'll see. I really dislike League of Legends' current Battle Pass system. Over time, Battle Passes have literally just gotten worse. Battle Passes used to have multiple skins attached to them. I think the most recent one, there's only one skin that actually unlocks through the Battle Pass. That doesn't feel worth it to me. But also, I don't like the FOMO that comes with League of Legends Battle Passes as it is. I think it's a pretty unethical Battle Pass system they currently do, and I don't see any reason to expect League of Legends Classic to be better. But, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. Other things that are kind of unsure, which again, we'll find out on the 11th. Things like, is this just a temporary game mode? Right? Because I think they said this was going to be in the original client, which is kind of crazy to think about. But, yeah, what are the plans here? Is this going to be a rotating game mode the way Earth comes back every once in a while? Is this going to be a standard thing? Because if it's a standard thing, are they worried about pulling people from the main game to play this? I want to say yes, but I don't think that was really an issue for World of Warcraft. Maybe they played some characters from retail, but I don't think it like hurt them in the long run. But we'll see. This was just kind of announced in a video earlier. I'd love to show the video to you, but Riot Games might actually put a copyright strike on my video for that. So I can't upload it. Sorry. You'll have to go find it yourself. But it is on the official Riot Games, the League of Legends Twitter post. So you can find it pretty easily yourself. But that's it. If you did play old League of Legends, let me know what you enjoyed most. If you didn't play, let me know what you're kind of looking forward to trying. As I said, the game was extremely different back then. I think a lot of newer players actually aren't going to enjoy this game very much because it was just wildly unbalanced in the way things scaled. The comeback mechanics in the new game actually feel much better than it used to. But I digress. I'm still gonna try it. I'm so excited. I get to play. Hopefully, I just thought I don't know if we're gonna get to keep the skins we currently have. I don't know what they're gonna do about that. Oh well, we'll find out at MSI. That's it. Thanks for being here. I'll see you later. Bye.